I should have did this before you came in. I don't live by a fucking rule book. I don't live by, fucking 10 minutes to fucking tea break. You've got to experience freedom to understand who you are. You can't be the fucking parachute that's open running along the beach with a fucking parachute in the back. I take my life for a walk. I've got a choice. I can extend the lead or I can let him off. If I let him off, he's freedom to go wherever he wants and he will always come back. But if I want to hold him in the lead and I restrict him to how far I let the lead off, there's the concept to answering the question, who am I? Because if you have relationships round about you who are not letting you be free, you will never answer the question, who are you? Because you'll never know your identity. Story's a very powerful word, and that's where I'm going to start. You need to remember, I'm 50-year-old, I'm 51-year-old in 3 months' time. What does that mean? That means for 39 years, I've been paying attention to something. I've been paying attention to where people live emotionally, their state, their physiology. But the main thing that puts them into that state, do you want me to tell you what it is? Their story. And where does their story come from? Their blueprint and their life map and their beliefs. What does that context mean? What's your story? I remember when I was 15 specifically, and from the age of 12, I was interacting with a lot of people. And as I said to you, where are they living past, present, future? Where are they living emotionally? What areas of their life do they focus on and talk about? And the concept was, I got so scared with it one day that I basically walked through school. And I walked out, and I walked across the road, and the headmaster came over and he said to me, "You need to get back into school?" I said, Nah. And he said, "What's going on?" I says, "I'm choosing the other path." And he says, "What's the other path?" I says, "Well, if I go in that path, I'm going to be conditioned a certain way and I'm going to end up, I'm looking at my life for the next 40, 50 years. And that's not going to serve me my purpose." And I kept looking across the road and he kept looking across the road with me and he goes, "What do you keep staring at?" And I just said, "It's just a technique and a strategy I've got, you should adopt it." I says, "I'm going to give you 2 pieces of advice and then I need to go because the bus is coming." He says, "Oh, the bus is coming, is it?" I said, "Aye, but do you want the advice?" He went, "Aye." I said, "Well, does this create your identity in terms of who you are as a person, being the headmaster of this school? And if I took that title off you, would you know who you were?" I said, "It's a question I've been asking myself for about 4 years now. Who am I? But who am I going to become?" It's the same in business. Somebody has a vision in their head about how they're going to do business. They come in and they see me and they come to see me to do the consultation stage. I check their state, I check their breathing, I check every aspect of their neurology. But the one place that I'm going to is what they're playing in there. Because the first question I'm asking them is, "Who are you?" And then they'll rabble, and I'll put my hand up and I'll say, "That's not ask you don't need to talk about the business and I don't need to hear it. I just want to know who you are." And I say, don't talk about academic ability. Don't talk about jobs. Don't talk about any businesses you've had before. Just fucking tell me who you are. Who were you? Who are you? And who do you want to become? Come on! And they start talking about the business again. And I go, "Do you want me to fling you out the office now?" And all of a sudden, nervous system shocked because they come to me because I'm the last roll of the dice. I don't think. Why did I say think there? I don't think. I know we go through the whole of our life and we just keep evolving. We never discover who we are. For what there is to know out there, I studied astronomy from a very young age. I remember Sirius, the brightest star, and I remember asking a mentor of mine who developed me in astronomy. And he told me what the brightest star was and how far away it was. And do you know what my question to him was? What's beyond that? The whole concept of the who am I question starts in the morning. From the moment you open your eyes and take your first deep breath and you think, how many more of these 28,000 days have I got left? And then you go to the mirror and you look in the mirror and you go, out of these 28,000 days that I've been gifted and each one's a gift, are you kissing the mirror today? Are you accepting yourself? Are you loving yourself? Because that's how Stevie Boy starts his day. It's a gift. And you need to embrace that gift by accepting yourself, loving yourself, and looking directly down the lens of that mirror that's reflecting back at yourself. And just before I go away to head out for my day, that I'm ready to take on. But that concept of what I look back and tell myself every day in the mirror, I know nothing. And the more you ground yourself to saying that you know nothing, the more you'll become excited with life itself and everything universal to it. How can you measure the investment in discovering who you are as being a worthwhile investment? Well, here's the thing, Taylor. Do I laugh a lot? Am I happy? The emotions that I demonstrate, is that ones that's infectious and people want to have? Am I like that on camera only, or am I like that all the fucking time? Well, I'm like that all the fucking time. And what I can tell you in terms of the biggest investment I've ever made, even for the moment I walked away from school, the concept of me investing every single day in who I am to discover. There's a bookshelf up there with about 100 books in it. And every day after sessions I go up and I just pick up a book of my fancy and I flick it, boom, in there. Even VTs that I've watched in development, Dr. Richard Bandler done the entrepreneurial session with us in the masterclass. I've watched that over 50 times since the masterclass and I'm still picking things up for it. So it ties into that thing of not knowing anything. The obsession with learning things that's going to nurture you and allow you to grow. In the story that you tell yourself of that who am I question, what does your story tell you when you say that you're going to set up a company? Do you see the vision clear as day? Do you see the canvas mapped out? No blockages, just boom, this is what's happening. I've got the ability to do that. The challenge you've got is when you employ people. The metaphor's an onion. It's that simple. That's what life does to you. You end up having layers and layers, and the older you get, you become more protective and more protective. And you've got that many layers on. If somebody asks you the question of who you are, you can't answer. And even to discover that, you have to pull the layers off. So if you imagine how long it takes to pull layers off an onion, to get to the core, it takes a long time. That's the same with the human neurology, because we become protective. We don't want to let people in. How do I get in? Well, the concept of pictures and movies and voices that are in my head, if I'm setting up a company and I know exactly where I'm going because I'm operating in 1, 3, 5, 10 year chunks. So the concept of how I'm conditioned, when I see the target, I just find the solutions of what I'm going to do to make that happen. Other people, the majority of people, just won't do it because there's too many layers on. They'll get too much of a belief system that tells them they can't do it. So when I see people being presented to me, I really just want to know who they are. I'm not interested in their academic ability. I'm not interested in where they worked. I believe I can train anybody. I'm interested in seeing truly who you are. And the concept of which makes me sad and why I'm such a fucking madman is because I don't want people to get to the end of their life and not reach their potential. My whole life mission is about getting people to unleash, take all the layers off, and actually unleash so that they lead a happy, fulfilled life and they just excel. Let me give you a scenario. Let me tell you how I do it. And I'm going to give you one example, but every single time is different. But this is a principle of what I do. You see, I'm at the end outcome in terms of where I'm taking this company. The most important part of any business is how you do an interview strategy, a recruitment strategy, an induction strategy, and how you train individuals. And people turn around and say, oh, that's a cost. And then they tell you when it's a cost that they've not done it. Then they tell you about all the pain that they've had for months and years. And then I sit there and I say, what was your recruitment strategy? What was your interview strategy? What was your induction strategy? We never did one. Where's the starting point with my interview strategy? I'm usually the last one to see the candidate. And even to this day, I do this. So anybody watching this right now, if you ever get an opportunity, you better pay real attention to what's going on here. Because I'm giving you an insight of what's about to come. The concept of me watching somebody from the front door going through the process leading to me, the two things that I'm paying attention to is I'm paying attention to them and I'm paying attention to me. I'm paying attention to the business strategy. I'm paying attention to the innovation strategy. But I'm more interested in them. I'm more interested in their life assessment based upon where they are to where they want to go. But I need to find out how much growth that they have in their life. Because when they come in that room, and they're told, oh, I believe this is the final stage. I come in and I see you and I say, take a seat. Nice to meet you. Sometimes I'll high five them. Sometimes I'll shake them in the hand. Sometimes I'll even hug them. Sometimes I'll go up and pat them in the back. Then I'll create a wee bit of humour. I'll sit down and I'll see them looking at me saying, and I'll say to them, I know what you're saying. Is this guy really the CEO of this company? And then I'll sit back and I'll say, well, am I the CEO of this company? Well, who knows? Am I the CEO of this company? Is actually what's going on in this room real? I should have did this before you came in. So you'll be wondering, what was that? Well, let me tell you what that was. That was your CV. You see, the most important part of the process for us as an organisation, especially me, I only need you to answer one question. Can you tell me who you are? And before you speak, don't talk about academic ability. Do not talk about previous employment. Tell me who you are. Put your hand here and tell me exactly who you are. And if you feel up for it, tell me who you were in 5 seconds. Tell me who you are in 30 seconds. But tell me who you're going to become in the next 5 minutes. Can you do that? Now let me tell you something and bet you be fucking clear about this. There is some people who come in and run for their fucking door and don't even want to take part. But see the people that stay. I'm a loyal, committed person. I do sit with them for 30 minutes a month. I do bridge the gap. I do develop them in neurology. I do develop them to understand more about who they are. I do get them to find answers of why all the things that are blocking them and hold them back. And do you know how I measure it? I measure it in their order. Because the job of an entrepreneur on a board of any fucking company is to make sure that you empower your people to see beyond the employment contract. That it's a family. We've came together. We're a family in a company. We're a family with our customers. And we're a family that represents a country that we want the world to look back at us and say, look how they do it. You want to be a company that the world looks at you and say, oh no. You want somebody in Austria, America, Germany, France to be sitting there going, wait a minute, but have you seen the Stevie Kid pathway? Have you seen the Stevie Kid pathway people? How do you fucking adopt a mindset like this? You fucking align yourself to me. You better be prepared for not just your life to change. Your whole life will change. But see all your family and friends and all the fucking generations that's not even born yet. They will change guaranteed. And it all stemmed from you. Or do you want to stay the person who walked in the fucking room with a CV that I ripped up and fucking destroyed? Because you didn't know who you were. It's not my job to close you up even more. It's my job to open you the fuck up and lead your life with that.